The second straight matchup, it's the Saugerties Stallions versus the Albany Baseball Club here on a Friday night at Cunningham Field. Casey, the Stallions trying to go 6-0 to start this season.
Absolutely. They've been off to a hot start, hot bats. With the team at batting average at 341 coming to this one. And the team ERA, 1.76 through the first 5 games. That's elite numbers right there.
That's the best in the league. And the man on the mound that's going to try and continue it, he's a member of the National Transfer Portal team. That's number 99, Jack Wren.
Jack Wren. Heard he's got a few scouts in attendance tonight. Is that right, Dan?
That is true. He's got Coastal Carolina, Rutgers, Houston, Binghamton, and Northeastern all here tonight to see him pitch. And his first outing for the Stallions had 4 innings pitched, 2 earns, 4 hits, a walk, 2 strikeouts. Currently sporting a 4.50 ERA for the Stallions, but that really doesn't tell the entire story. This past season at Marist, a 3.6 in 17 games started with 50 innings pitched. So this guy is more than effective out there.
Absolutely. Definitely more than effective. And it's going to be a big test for him tonight. Let's see if we can do it in front of these scouts.
Now let's take a look at the Albany lineup for this game. They switch it up a little bit for this one. They're going to start out with Kyle Brown, the left fielder. The 2-hole hitter, Luke Felipe, he batted in the 2-hole last game, went 2 for 2 with 2 singles. Brooks Carter in the 3-hole, the catcher. David Bernard doing the DH. He was a pinch hitter last game. Third baseman Matt Thorson in the 5-hole. Joey Slattery, the shortstop, batting 6th. Ryan Carruthers in first base. Jen Avila, the extra hitter. Matt Cruz at second base, and rounding out the lineup is Jordan Daniels out in right field. He started in right field last game, and we're just about ready to go here on a Friday night at Cunningham Field. Stallions looking to go 6-0, beat up Albany in their last game 16-2. The Stallions were scheduled to play at Mohawk Valley yesterday. That one got rained out, so we're right back here at Cunningham for the Stallions' 4th straight home game. Wren's ready to go, Brown is ready to go, and we've got baseball here from Cunningham Field on a Friday night as Wren deals a first pitch strike. Here's the pitch from one. That one's grounded to the right side. Charging on it there is Genther. He gets it over to first to May, and there's 1 out in the inning. Now let's take a look at the Stallions' defense tonight. A little bit different. No Ethan Conrad. He's out of the lineup tonight, but it's going to be Nate Manley in his first start behind the plate. Byram Hott at third, Rodriguez at short, Genther at second, May at first, and then rounding out the outfield, it goes Williams, Dieter, and Ford from left to right. That one is hit over to left field. Williams shades under it, and there's a quick 2 outs in this inning off of 3 pitches for Jack Wren.
Yeah, good start for Jack Wren, especially with the scouts in attendance. 3 pitches, 2 outs. I mean, you can't ask for a better start than that.
Brooks Carter to the plate. The catcher went 0 for 3 against Saugerties 2 nights ago with a strikeout. And you talk about that effective ERA, the Stallions sporting a 1.76. That's best in the entire PGCBL. Wren comes set. Here's the pitch. There's a strike.
Yeah, Wren's doing a good job of getting ahead on these hitters already. I think he's thrown 4 pitches, and I think all 4 have been strikes.
All 4 have been strikes. Wren in the 0-1 count. He comes set. Here's the pitch. That one's down low for his first ball of the day. The Stallions got their first win against Albany on Wednesday. That was their first win against the Albany Baseball Club since July 8th of last year in the regular season. Of course, beat them in the playoffs on July 30th, but the first regular season dub. As Wren deals, that one's fouled back. It'll be 1-2. 2 outs here in the top of the first. A 1-2 count. Jack Wren on the mound, a part of the National Transfer Portal team through Pack Hub, trying to deal a clean first inning with 5 college scouts in attendance. Here's Wren's 1-2. That one is outside, 2-2. So 2's on the board. It's a 2-2 count. 2 outs here in the top of the first. Here's the pitch from Wren. Strike 3, he got him. Albany goes down in order 1-2-3. Genther, Ford, and Hott coming to bat in the bottom of the first. You're watching Stallions Baseball here on the Stallions YouTube channel.
Region
Dan Shalom along here with Casey DeSell in the Pack Cup broadcast booth. Bottom of the first, Stallions coming to bat. And Casey, this lineup was more than effective against Albany on Wednesday, scoring 16 runs.
And don't forget the 3 home runs we saw, the moonshot by Marcano over that tree and left.
3 home runs in the game. The Stallions currently outscoring their opponents 49-11 through 5 games. It's been electric, but they're going to have to do it without Ethan Conrad. Now let's take a look at the Stallions lineup for this game. It's going to be a little different. Like we noted, Conrad out, but still lots of weapons in the lineup. It's going to go Fritz Genther, the second baseman, playing in his first game since Glen Falls. Then Justin Ford, who went 1 for 3 last night. Byram Hott won 1 for 1 against Albany on Wednesday with the sac fly. Ryan Oresio back in the lineup. He's the DH tonight. Matt McIntyre, the extra hitter, had a home run against Albany on Wednesday. Jarrett May, also a home run on Wednesday, playing at first. Evan Dieter, the center fielder, went 2 for 3 against Glens Falls. Rich Rodriguez, the shortstop. Ben Williams, the left fielder, went 0 for 3 with 1 RBI on Wednesday. And then Nate Manley, in his first start for the Stallions, rounding out the lineup. Genther to the plate now, batting .333 on the season. Like we noted, went 2 for 2 against Glens Falls on Tuesday with 2 walks as well, and he came around to score. On the mound for Albany is Carson Katungo out of Siena, the rising senior, as Genther lines this one into center field. Shading under it there is Felipe, and there's a quick first out. Katungo, like we mentioned, the rising senior out of Amsterdam, New York, actually played 2 years of college ball at Wake, but never saw the pitching mound, never saw the mound either at Siena. So far this season has pitched 2 innings, clean, no runs, 1 hit, 2 walks. Immediately, Ford hits this one straight back to Felipe. 2 straight pitches, 2 straight flyouts to Felipe, and there's 2 outs in this bottom of the first.
Well, I know one thing for sure, Byron Hott will be getting the take sign here. Never want to go 3 pitches, 3 outs.
A quick start for Katungo, and we didn't really see that in the last game. The first 2 hitters for the Stallions against Albany, it was Hott with a walk, and then Trivella with an RBI triple. So this game already different against Albany as Hott digs in at the dish. Currently batting .333, went 1 for 1 against Albany with a sac fly and 2 RBIs on Wednesday. Here's the pitch from Katungo. This one is grounded over to second. Cruz over to first, and they get Hot. So 4 pitches and 3 outs for Albany here in the bottom of the first. Stallions getting nothing. No runs, no hits. Albany coming to bat in the top of the second. You're watching the Stallions YouTube channel. We'll be right back. Back here in the Pack Cup broadcast booth, Dan Shalom along Casey DeSell getting ready for the top of the second here from Cantine Field. A little bit of uncharacteristic hitting. The Stallions have put up a minimum of 2 runs in the bottom of the first in the last 2 games. Nothing there, going down 1-2-3.
Yeah, they came out very aggressive. No strikeouts, just 2 flyouts and a ground out. So they're seeing the ball well, just not getting the results they want in the bottom of the first inning right there.
The fastest first inning we've seen so far in Stallions baseball. Both teams going down 1-2-3, and it'll be number 38, David Bernard, the designated hitter in this one, digging in. Had 1 at-bat against Saugerties on Wednesday. In that at-bat, went 1 for 1 with an RBI. He scored that run in the top of the 7th that made the score 16-2 and not 16-1. Here's the pitch from Wren. 1-1 count. And Wren showing a good start in front of, like we said, Coastal Carolina, Rutgers, Houston, Binghamton, and Northeastern. Another guy in the Pac Hub National Transfer Portal. There was Wake Forest and UMiami scouts the past 2 home games, and now more tonight. Here to see Wren start. He's a rising senior out of Marist and sported a 3.6 this past season. 2-1 count to Bernard, batting .308 this season for Albany. Here's the pitch. Fouled back. It'll go 2-2. Two-two count. Nobody out in the inning. Here in the top of the 2nd from Cantine Field. A cloudy Friday night, but nice baseball temperature. Wren will step off. Didn't like the sign. Will reset. Wren collects. Here's the pitch. That one is lined over to Genther. Genther fields it over to May, and there's 1 out in the inning.
Yeah, Wren's making quick work of a lot of these hitters, which sets up to go longer in this game. The scouts can see more we can do in the late game.
Has retired 4 straight batters, and the next one up will be Matt Thorsen, the third baseman, batting .200 this season. Went 0 for 1, grounded into a double play on Wednesday. Only got 1 at bat as he came in as a pinch hitter in that top of the 7th. Wren deals the off speed, and it's in there for strike 1.
Yeah, as we've mentioned, we saw the Stallions play Albany 2 nights ago. And if I'm Wren here, I didn't see much from the Albany lineup last time. So I'm going to go right at these guys and make them hit their pitches.
That one is hit to the left side. Rodriguez fields it, throws it over to May, gets him for out number 2.
I think that's exactly what he's doing, too. He's getting a lot of putouts, not strikeouts, which is going to set him up to go long in this game, as I said earlier.
Yeah, in his last start, he did go 4 innings, letting up 2 earned against Amsterdam in the Stallions' 5-4 walk-off win on Sunday night here at Cantine Field. Doing a great job so far. Has faced the minimum 5 batters, and with 2 outs in the inning, it'll be the shortstop Joey Slattery, who went 0 for 2, still searching for his first hit of the season. Here's the pitch. Line back. 0-1.
Well,
0-1 count, 2 outs here in the top of the 2nd. Slattery went 0 for 2 against the Stallions on Wednesday, had a strikeout. As Wren collects himself and deals. That one grounded over to Genther. Throws it over to May, and it's an easy 1-2-3. Wren facing the minimum through 2 innings. Stallions coming to bat. You're watching the Saugerties Stallions on the Stallions YouTube channel. Dan Shalom with you alongside Casey DeSell. Bottom of the 2nd. Nothing game. Both teams going down in order so far. Each pitcher facing the minimum. Ryan Resio trying to get things started off. Played the hero against Amsterdam. Had the walk-off hit in that 5-4 win against the Mohawks on Sunday night.
Yes, he did. And last game he went 1 for 3 with a home run, 2 RBIs, and 2 runs. So
Resio so far this season batting .455, went 1 for 3 against Glens Falls on Tuesday night. Had a home run, which included 2 RBIs along with a sac fly. First pitch to him is upstairs. It's a ball, 1-0. A nice crowd here at Cantine Field on a Friday night. That one's in there for a strike, 1-1. Here's the 1-1. Resio lays off. It's 2-1. And Resio, a guy who batted .295 down at Weber International this past season, played under head coach Colin Martin, and then thought, why don't I spend the summer and spend some more time? In 166 at-bats, had 49 hits along with 9 home runs and 37 RBIs. That one's outside, works himself into a 3-2 count.
Yeah, Resio's off to a pretty hot start here. He's batting .455 in the season so far, and he already has 4 RBIs.
Katungo deals the payoff pitch. Popped up to the right side. Carathan's trying to get it. That one was in play, just couldn't make it. And the count will stay full.
A second life, as they say.
Carothers could have totally had that one over at first, but just bounces in front of him, and Resio will get another shot at the dish. Here's the payoff. Down low, Resio works himself a walk, and it's the first base runner of the game for the Stallions here in the bottom of the second. And it'll be Matt McIntyre with a runner on first. Had a home run against Albany on Wednesday, which aided the Stallions to that 16-2 win. Along with 2 RBIs and a walk, currently batting .444 to start this season, so a hot start for the New Haven product. That one's grounded over to the third base side. Albany's going to try and turn 2, and that they do. It's a double play, and there's 2 outs here in the bottom of the second. So McIntyre with his first double play he's grounded into. And Katungo with another chance to face the minimum here in the bottom of the second with Jared May digging in. That one's in there for a strike. Now, May had a home run against Albany last game, but still only has 2 hits on the season, batting .200. That one's fouled back for strike 2. Katungo making light work of the Stallions here, very different to how his teammate Alex Dietz pitched. Only pitched an inning, giving up 6 earned runs against the Stallions on Wednesday night. Totally different ball game here on Friday. Katungo comes set, deals. That one just misses on the outside. It's 1-2. Here's the pitch. Strike 3, he got him. Katungo has faced the minimum through 2 innings, and Albany will come to bat this game tied at 0s. You're watching the Stallions on the Stallions YouTube channel. We'll be right back. Dan Shalom with you alongside Casey DeSalle here in the Pack Cub broadcast booth. And it's been a pitcher's duel so far. Both lineups going down in order to start this game, and still no hits on the board here in the top of the third.
Yeah, both Katungo and Wren working very efficiently. Katungo he gave him a walk last inning, but he was able to get the next guy to roll into a double play, which helped him get out of the inning a lot faster.
So Wren, heading into his third inning of work, has retired all batters in order, with a singular strikeout, that coming to Brooks Carter in the top of the first. Has pitched well so far. The Stallions offense not able to get anything going after getting a base runner on, but rolled into a double play.
He's had no trouble getting 1 through 6 out. Facing the bottom of the order here, we'll see what he does.
And it's surprising for an Albany staff that had a 2.74 before the last game, now shot up to 6.83 after giving up 16 runs to the Stallions, has held them to nothing here within the first 2 innings. Strike run right there to Ryan Carothers. Carothers did pinch hit in the Wednesday night game, went 0 for 1 with a strikeout. Batting .333 this season. Wren's 0-1. Grounded to the left side. Hot Fields gathers himself, throws over to first, and there's 1 out in the inning. Four straight ground outs for Wren. He's really done a great job of keeping the ball in the infield through 7 hitters.
Yeah, it's something the scouts would like to see is that he's getting a lot of ground outs. That means weak contact, which means he's pitching really well.
Jan Avila to the dish, the extra hitter, went 1 for 1 with 2 walks on Wednesday night here at Cantine. Swings through strike 1. Avila, a .300 hitter this season with an RBI and 4 strikeouts, has played in every Albany game so far. Here's the pitch. That one is low, 1-1. Now this Albany team, they were 3-0 before playing the Stallions on Wednesday night, and were outscoring their opponents 29-9. Trying to find that here tonight, and they've done a good job so far batting-wise of working Wren into 3-2, 2-2 counts. Maybe not any hits or the results they want, but definitely a better showing of discipline here tonight. 2-1 count. Wren deals. Chopped foul.
I think
it'll be 2-2.
Yeah, I think he just fouled it off into his own feet there. That's why it was called a foul ball.
2-2 count. Wren looking for his second strikeout of the night, making quick work of this Albany lineup so far, has faced the minimum. Looks in for the sign from Manley. Wren deals. Down low, 3-2. Like we mentioned, 5 scouts here tonight to see Wren pitch, a member of the National Transfer Portal team through Pack Hub, and is being looked at by a lot of scouts. That one just misses, and it's ball 4.
Yeah, 2 pitches in that bat that could have gone either way. They both ended up falling for Avila's way, so nothing you can do about that.
So Avila last game on Wednesday night, he got on base 3 times but was caught stealing twice by the lefty Ben Keefe. Lifted that leg and was able to pick him off. We'll see if Avila tries to test Wren here in the top of the third. 1 out. Matt Cruz at the dish. The second baseman fouls that one off. Batting .500 this season. Went 1 for 1 with a walk in his last game. Avila gets his lead off of first. He deals. Chopped foul to the right side. The count will go 0-2. We have not seen Manley's arm this season. Avila may or may not know that, but he's one that likes to test the catchers of the Stallions. We saw it twice on Wednesday night, and with 1 out here in the top of the third, Albany trying to manufacture a run. There's a ball, 1-2. Woolbury Electric in the house tonight, the sponsor of this game. They're out in the stable club. We're able to throw out the first pitch as well. We welcome them with open arms here at Cantine Field on a Friday night. Here's Wren's 1-2. That one is ripped to the right side, and it's a nice diving play there by Genther. Throws to first, and it's a double play. Genther, with an extremely athletic dive, gets the Stallions out of the inning, and Wren retires the first 9 batters he sees. Stallions coming to bat here in the bottom of the third. You're watching the Saugerties YouTube channel. Dan Shalom here with you alongside Casey DeSell in the Pack Up broadcast booth. And Casey, some pretty famous Phillies legacy in the building tonight out there in the Stable Club. Manager Charlie Manuel, who won the 2008 World Series with Philadelphia, in the building here tonight.
Yeah, I heard about that, I think, earlier today when our sound director sent in the group chat. So pretty awesome to see that here.
He's the stepfather of head coach Colin Martin. Makes his way up to Cantine Field a few times this summer. Stallions still trying to find their first hit of the game here in the bottom of the third. And it's number 10, Evan Dieter at bat. The center fielder, Dieter, against Glens Falls, went 2 for 3 with 3 RBIs and a walk, currently batting .375 this season. Both teams without a hit here in the bottom of the third. Uncharacteristic for a Stallions team that is outscoring opponents 49-11. Katungo doing a great job, though, trying to lower that Albany ERA after it was blown up. 16 runs given up, all earned on Wednesday night.
Yeah, not a lot of hits here tonight so far, but not a lot of strikeouts either. Just a lot of ground balls and flyouts.
Here's the pitch. That one's fouled back. 1-2. Katungo pitched a clean 2 innings in his first start at Glens Falls. That was an 11-0 win for Albany. Faced 8 batters in that one. Here's the pitch. That one is in there. It's strike 3. Back-to-back strikeouts for Katungo, and there's 1 out here in the bottom of the third.
Of course, as I say that, our guy strikes out.
Rich Rodriguez to the plate. The shortstop went 0 for 3 against Glens Falls on Tuesday with a walk and a strikeout, currently batting .300 this season. That one is bounced in front of the plate. It'll be 1-0. Here's the pitch from Katungo. Fouled off to the right side.
Yeah, the lights are on here at Cantine, and if you need electrical work, call Richards. Richards Electric, your electric light sponsor.
Katungo deals the 1-1. That is low. 2-1. Stallions with an electric start to the season. 5-0 overall. 3-0 here at home. The best start ever in the point streak era. 2-1 count, or 2-2, excuse me. 1 out here in the bottom of the third. Saugerties, without a hit so far, have gone down in order to start this game. Katungo comes set, steals. That one is in the dirt again. Count will go full, 3-2. Here's the 3-2. Popped up on the right side. Carothers not going to get there. That one's out of play, and the count will stay at 3-2. Second full count of this ball game for Katungo. He comes set. Here's the payoff pitch. That one is rocked to center field. Going back is Felipe. He gets it just in front of the track, and there's 2 outs here in the bottom of the third.
Yeah, Rodriguez gave that one a good ride, but Felipe had a really good jump on it and had a really good angle to the ball. He even made that play real easily. Ben
Williams, the left fielder at the dish now, went 0 for 3 on Wednesday night. but did have an RBI and did come around to score, batting 100 this season. Stallions still searching for their first hit of the ball game here in the bottom of the third. Off speed's in there, strike one. Here's the pitch. Grounded to over to third. Thorson gathers, fires, a tough stretch, and he's going to be safe. Carruthers over there had trouble with it, and it'll be an E5 as the Stallions get their second base runner of the game.
Second base runner, but still no hit for the Stallions. Let's see if Nate Manley, his first at-bat, can change that for us.
His first start, his first at-bat, doing the catching today for the Stallions. This past season at Wright State batted .435, 22 RBIs, and 9 homers. So an impact player that just hasn't seen the field yet. Grounds it over to shortstop. There's going to be no play, and there's the first hit of the ballgame for the Stallions.
Just like we drew it up. As I say, we can get our first hit. There it is.
Manley puts it in a tough spot. Slattery just didn't get over there in time. And now there's runners at first and second with the top of the lineup. Fritz Genther coming to bat. Flew out to center in his first AB. No score here from Cantine Field. Bottom of the third, 2 outs on a beautiful Friday night in Saugerties. Pitches upstairs, ball one. The Stallions top of the standings in the East Division of the PGCBL, sitting at 5-0. Amsterdam behind them at 4-1. The Mohawks on a 2-game win streak, their only loss to the Stallions. As Saugerties will welcome Amsterdam back on Sunday night, a week later for another rematch. That'll be a great Sunday night baseball matchup. If you can be here at Cantine, you got to be here. It's going to be a great one. Or if not, watch our stream. Happy to bring you action here on a Friday night from Cantine Field. Dan Schaum alongside Casey DeSell, and Genther finds himself in a 1-2 count here with 2 outs in the inning.
Hey, Genther's fouled off the last 3 pitches, just looking to get his pitch here, spoiling everything he doesn't want to hit.
Williams is speedy over there at second. Manley standing over at first, so a ball hit to the outfield would most likely score the first run of this game. Here's the pitch. Strike 3, and no runs on the board for the Stallions through 3 innings. I think that's the first time I've said this the entire season. Albany keeps it clean. They're coming to bat in the top of the 4th. You're watching Stallions baseball here on the Saugerties YouTube channel. Dan Schaum with you alongside Casey DeSell here in the Pac Cub broadcast booth, ready for the top of the 4th here from Cantine Field. And Casey, the first 3 innings of Wednesday night's matchup against Albany, the Stallions were up 11-0. I think just a little bit different here tonight in the top of the 4th.
Yeah, Albany couldn't seem to bine out in the first 3 innings of the last game. The Stallions had 5 runs in the first inning, 5 runs in the second inning, and 1 in the third. And they were hitting home runs left and right, it felt like.
Complete opposite. Maybe it's the absence of Ethan Conrad, if he's out tonight. But still, plenty of weapons from the top down in that Stallions lineup, and he wasn't even one of the guys that hit a home run in that game.
No, he wasn't, but he did have, I believe, 2 singles to right field that night.
Wren settles in for his 4th inning of work. We haven't seen this very much from the Stallions this season. Wren being the only pitcher to pitch 4 innings on this staff so far this season, and pitching coach Rich Doobie is going to let him go for another one here in front of the scouts.
I mean, why not? He's pitching so efficiently, and he has given up 0 hits so far.
Jordan Daniels, the right fielder, digging in, went 0 for 3 with a strikeout against Saugerties on Wednesday night. His overall batting .273 has played in all the games for Albany this season. That one is inside. 2-0 count. Like you mentioned, Wren's been extremely effective facing the minimum. He's gotten help from his defense in that last top of the 3rd with Fritz Genther making a beautiful diving play for then a double play. As this one's poked into left field just over the head of Rodriguez, and Albany has their first hit of the game here in the top of the 4th.
Yeah, that was Wren's first batter that really got behind, too. He had to try and battle back, and Daniels just made a good hit, a good read in the ball and poked it over Rodriguez's head at shortstop.
Now, Daniels over there at first does have a stolen base this season. That wasn't in the game against Saugerties on Wednesday night, but the guy to watch over there at first. Brown trying to bunt and move that runner over. Nobody out in the inning. Count will go to 0-1. Brown grounded out to second in his first at-bat. The Stallions, following the trajectory of Wednesday night, only gave up a singular hit to Albany through 3 innings. And now the same type of thing here on Friday night. Wren comes set in the 0-1. That one is fouled off. Count will go 0-2. Once again, Coastal Carolina, Rutgers, Houston, Binghamton, and Northeastern scouts in the house tonight. Miami and Wake Forest were here over the last 2 days to see Ethan Conrad and Byram Hott, but plenty of scouts out to see the Marish product tonight. Here's the steal, and Manley can't gather himself. It's his 2nd stolen base of the season for Jordan Daniels.
It's something we've seen a lot of this season is a lot of pass balls behind the plate. This is the first time Manley's been behind there. Let's see if he can do a better job of that.
Wren deals now a runner at second. And they're going to say that Brown did not go around. Count will stay at 1-2. And the first runner in scoring position of this game is Daniels for either squad. A 2-2 count. Daniels hovering over at second base. Here's the pitch from Wren. Fouled off to the right side, and we'll do it one more time. Wren comes set to Brown. Fouled back once again. Count will stay at 2-2. Brown, the Felician product, this past season batted .286 in 8 games played, including a double. No RBIs on the season, and so far here in the PGCBL, batting .571 coming into this game. Wren deals his 2-2. Fouled off. That's 3 straight fouls. Manley's not going to be able to get it behind the plate. And Wren battling here. 2-2 count, nobody out in the top of the 4th. Has only surrendered 1 hit in this game. That hit coming to Daniels, who now sits at second, the first runner in scoring position in this game. Here's Wren's 2-2. Grounded to the left side. Hott fields it, checks the runner, throws over to May. In time for out number 1.
And that's a big out there for Wren, not allowing the runner at second base to advance. So in case of a fly ball here, we have no threat of a run score.
Yeah, and if that ball was hit to the right side, Daniels would have been over at third, but no sac fly situation. It's going to have to take a hit here from Luke Philippi, the center fielder, flew out to left field in his first trip. He's batting .417 coming into this game. That one misses 1-0. Filippi's had a lot of balls hit out to him in center today. 3 through 3 innings, so nearly an innings of work straight to the batter, Filippi. Stealing once again is Daniels. Throw down to third, and Manley can't get it for the second straight time here in the top of the fourth. So 2 stolen bases for Daniel. That now puts him at third, and a sac fly does the job here with 1 out in the top of the fourth. That one will do the job. Scaling back on it is Dieter. He'll catch it. Albany's going to take the lead here in the top of the fourth. They score the first run of the ball game, and it's 1-0.
Yeah, really just a textbook at-bat there for Filippi. Once Daniel stole third base, all he had to do was put it in the outfield to score a run, and that's exactly what he did.
Perfect way to describe it, Casey. Do a job, put the ball in play, and Albany has their first lead of the game after they were down, according to my notes here, get this, they were down 13-0 before scoring their first run last game, have taken the lead here at Cantine Field in the top of the fourth. It's Wren's first earned run of the game. It's the first run of this game, third run he's given up all season. As he'll go to work here in a 1-0 count to Brooks Carter. There's a strike. Carter struck out in his first at-bat. It's Wren's only strikeout of the ball game. Albany with a surprise 1-0 lead here in the top of the fourth. That one is looped over to left field. That'll go out of play. Count will go to 1-2 here with 2 outs in the top of the fourth. The Albany Baseball Club with the lead after a single by Jordan Daniels and then a sac fly by Luke Filippi here in this top of the fourth. Wren comes set. 1-2, 2 outs here in the top of the fourth. He deals. Grounded over to Genther. He throws to May, and the damage is limited. Albany takes the lead. It's 1-0, the Albany Baseball Club. Stallions coming to bat. Top of the fourth, bottom of the fourth coming up. Stay with us here on the Stallions YouTube channel. Dan Shalom with you alongside Casey DeSell here at Cantine Field in the Pac Hub broadcast booth. And Casey, Albany with the surprise 1-0 lead going into the bottom of the fourth.
Yeah, the Stallions have been shut down by Katungo early in this one. Forward hot Resio coming up to see for their second at bat. Let's see if they can put something together here and maybe tie the game.
Katungo staying on the mound for the fourth inning. The Siena product didn't see any playing time with Siena this past season, but so far hasn't given up a run through now 5 innings of work in the PGCBL season. 2-hitter Justin Ford trying to change that, flew out to center in the first, and he hits this one over to Cruz at second base. It's an easy out, number 1. And, I mean, Casey, it just seems like these Stallions hitters are going down really without much fight.
Yeah. Mostly just ground balls for them. I've seen a couple strikeouts here and there, but ground balls and weak flyouts. Not much of hard contact coming from the Stallions tonight.
One guy who does have hard contact is Byram Hutt, a member of the National Transfer Portal team through Pack Hub. He grounded out to second base in his first at-bat, but this season overall batting .333 with a home run and 6 RBIs. Katungo doing a great job shutting down the Stallions. Here's his 0-1. That one misses, 1-1. Katungo holding the Stallions to no runs after his teammates on the staff let up 11 earned through 3 innings on Wednesday night. Completely different ball game. Hott hits this one over to shortstop. Slattery fires to first. It's not in time, and Hott's on here with 1 out in the inning.
Yeah, I got a little confused there when he hit that ball because his elbow guard came flying off when he hit that one. I was like, where'd the ball go?
So Hott's on first, and it'll bring up the hero from Sunday night, Ryan Rescio. Rescio against Glens Falls on Tuesday. It's the most recent game that he played in. Went 1 for 3 with a home run, 2 RBIs, a sac fly, a hit by pitch, and a stolen base. So he did a lot in that one against the Dragons on Tuesday.
Yeah, and that home run came right after Ethan Conrad, the first back-to-back of the season.
There's a strike. 0-1 count to Rescio. Hott standing over at first. Has the second hit of the ball game for the Stallions, but still no runs here in the bottom of the 4th. There's a ball. Now, Katungo, coming out of high school, is rated the 18th best recruit and 9th among right-handers in the state of New York by Perfect Game. He's a 3-year letter winner at Amsterdam High School, and he played in the 2019 PBR Futures game, but didn't see any action with Wake Forest or Siena through his first 3 years. So the potential's there, just really hasn't had a chance to show it. Here's the 2-1. Rescio hits that one over to right field. Going back is Daniels, and he'll make the running catch for out number 2. Matt McIntyre coming to the plate, grounded into a double play there in that second inning for the Stallions after a walk by Rescio. Batting 1 for 3 against Albany on Wednesday night with a home run and 2 RBIs. 444 overall coming into this game. Searching for a little bit of that power to get the Stallions on the board with the speedy Hott at first base here with 2 outs in the bottom of the 4th.
And, of course, as you mentioned, Speedy gets a check on him at first base.
Katungo, so far in this game, has let up a walk and 2 hits as there's another check over at first. Hott is back in time. Katungo, the 6'1", 195 righty out of Amsterdam, New York, so a local kid to the New York area. Was the runner-up in the College World Series with Wake Forest in 2023. Then transferred to Siena this past season. Hott making some movement at first. There's the pitch. That one's inside, 2-0. Here's the pitch to McIntyre. That one's in there for a strike, 2-1. 2 outs here in the bottom of the 4th. Stallions 2 hits in this game, but no runs so far. Very uncharacteristic for an offense that's outscored opponents 49-12 so far this season. Hott gets caught up, but he forces an error, and he's going to get over to second. So it was great intuition there by Katungo as this ball's thrown into the outfield, but it'll be settled. So Katungo saw him jumping over there at first. The throw beat him by a mile, but the first baseman, Carothers, couldn't get the tag down, really couldn't handle that throw. And Hott gets over to second.
Yeah,
first error of the game for Albany. Excuse me, Casey.
It's all right. That's what makes Hott dangerous. He has all that speed at first base, so you have to keep checking him. And when you keep checking him, you can make those kind of errors, which cost you a base.
That's actually the second error of the game. First one coming when Ben Williams was at the plate. It was an E5 on the shortstop, Joey Slattery. Katungo deals. That one is down low, and McIntyre works himself a walk. It'll bring up Jared May, who homered in the game against Albany, and it seems like they're going to make a Dallas Hot Wieners call to the bullpen right here. We'll see what the head coach of Albany decides to do. He's going to leave Katungo out there. First runner in scoring position in the game for the Stallions is Hot over there at second. McIntyre over at first. 2 outs in this inning. The powerful Jarrett May at the dish. Struck out in his first at-bat. First strikeout of the game for Katungo was May in the bottom of the second. That one's in there for a strike. Hot standing at second, a ball to the outfield, would score him home. And that one is hit straight to center field. Felipe gets it for out number 3. So no damage done by the Stallions. They're kept scoreless through 4. Albany coming to bat in the top of the 5th. You're watching the Stallions on the Stallions YouTube channel. Dan Shallum with you alongside Casey DeSalle here in the Pack Hub broadcast booth. Ren is out of the game. It's a new pitcher on the mound. It's Michael Cunningham in his first appearance for the Stallions out of Wagner.
Yeah, Ren had a really good start for the Stallions tonight, only giving up 1 run and 1 hit, and I think a couple walks, maybe 1, maybe 2.
His final line is 4 innings pitched, a hit, 1 earned run, 1 walk, and a strikeout. A good showing in front of the scouts from Coastal Carolina, Rutgers, Houston, Binghamton, and Northeastern. Will want that run back, of course. Daniels really got around the bases. You can't entirely blame Ren. Manley had 2 chances to throw him out, but couldn't collect the ball and was able to get home on a sac fly.
Yeah. Both times hesitant to throw the ball down. I'm not sure if it's because it's his first time playing or what, but definitely hesitant to throw the ball.
So the new pitcher on the mound is Michael Cunningham, the 5'9", 161 rising senior out of Wagner. This past season at Wagner had a 9.53 ERA, appeared in 6 games, pitched 5 2/3 innings, giving up 10 hits, 6 earned runs, 5 walks, 9 strikeouts, and 1 home run. So a small sample size, you can't really judge it. The ERA doesn't give you the full story. And looking to be effective in his first ever appearance for the Stallions this season. His first batter will be the designated hitter, David Bernard, who grounded out to second in his first trip at the plate. Cunningham's 0-1 is fouled off to the right side. That one there is a strike. Count will go 1-2. Ball, excuse me.
I was about to say, I think you mean a ball there. I thought it was a strike, though. It was pretty good. The curveball came great out of the hands, just missed the outside corner.
Here's the 1-2. Hit over to May. He's not going to be able to get there, and the count will stay 1-2.
Yeah, that foul ball by Bernard just didn't hang up in the air long enough for May to get over there and make the play.
A 1-2 count. Michael Cunningham looking for his first strikeout and his first appearance for the Stallions here in the top of the 5th on a Friday night at Cantine Field. He comes set. Here's the pitch. Fouled off right into the first base side bleachers. Nearly hit a fan.
Yeah, those foul balls are always scary. You see those all the time in MLB when it hits a fan. It's never good.
Here's Cunningham's 1-2. That one's upstairs. Count will go 2-2. And for the Stallions, Casey, on the offensive side, they've left 4 runners on here in the past 2 innings. So the chances have been there, just really haven't been able to collect themselves and get a run home so far in this game.
Yeah, the word uncharacteristic fits so well there for the Stallions because they've outscored their opponents, 49-10 this season like that?
49-11 now.
My bad.
Or, 49-12 with the Albany run. Manly can't come up with that one there, and you really look back at that run in the top of the 4th, and Daniels got lucky that Manly wasn't able to collect himself, getting to 2nd and 3rd after working himself a single.
Yeah, and after that, Flippy, all he had to do was just hit the center field, and that's exactly what he did.
The 3-2, strike 3, he got him. So in Cunningham's first batter here in Saugerties, he gets him for out number 1.
Yeah, I'll say a good first impression, getting someone to strike out looking at a curveball.
Matt Thorsen to the dish now, grounded out over to short in the top of the 2nd. Batting .200 coming into this game. Here's the pitch. That one's in there, strike 1. And Casey, this game really has a feeling of Sunday night when the Stallions are playing Amsterdam. Tightly contested, both sides really giving nothing so far. And the 1 run on the board for Albany in the top of the 4th is the only score in the game.
Yeah, let's hope this game ends the way that game ended with a walk-off hit and the Stallions win.
Or even better, ending in the top of the 9th with a closer and Stallions getting out of here with a win. And a lot of fans and players coming into this game really didn't think that this was going to be that competitive after this, seeing the 16-2 result on Wednesday night. But something's in the water here in Saugerties as Albany has completely turned it around.
Yeah, I thought we were going to be out of here again early, like seven innings again, but we might be out of here early 9 innings. It's been really a pitcher's duel the whole time.
This one's been a quick game for sure. It's 8 p.m., and we've gotten through 4 innings of ball so far. Pretty quick pace, if you ask me. Cunningham searching for his 2nd straight strikeout. That one's popped up to the left side. It'll go out of play. Count will stay at 1-2. And this Albany team is kind of like the road warriors, if you will. They play all their games away doubleheaders, away single games, or if the field's open, they play at UAlbany. But if not, they'll play as the home team in a split doubleheader at most of the teams around the PGCBL after getting kicked out of their field.
Yeah, it makes it tough when you have to play on the road all the time just because you have to make the drive. Players can get drowsy or tired just from traveling so much. And
all the Albany players, too, they drove here today. No bus down to Saugerties. So all of them getting here on their own accord, clearly having no effect as they have a 1-0 lead here in the top of the 5th. A 1-2 count. Cunningham comes set, 1 out in the inning. Here's the pitch. Strike 3, he got him. Back-to-back strikeouts for Michael Cunningham, and he's got 2 quick outs here in his Stallions debut.
Yeah, really doing a good job. These Albany Baseball Club players are putting together good at-bats, staying with it, but Cunningham's making the right pitches and putting them down in strikeouts.
Joey Slattery coming to plate with 2 outs in the inning, the shortstop. And his first at-bat grounded out over to 2nd. Here's the pitch from Cunningham. That one is looped into right field, and it gets down. 4 to limit it to a single, but it's a 2-out hit here in the top of the 5th for Albany.
Yeah, Ford did a good job of cutting that ball off in right field, making sure to get to the wall for a double instead of a single.
Albany's second hit of the game, and it'll bring up Ryan Carothers, the first baseman, grounded out to shortstop in his first trip to the dish in the top of the 3rd. Cunningham's first hit given up as a Stallion in the last at-bat right there to Slattery. After getting 2 quick outs on strikeouts to start this inning, 1 looking to Bernard and then 1 swinging to Thorson. 2 outs here in the top of the 5th, a 1-0 game here at Cantine Field on a Friday night. Crowd in attendance. A pretty good turnout here on this Friday night in Saugerties. As we mentioned, 2008 Phillies World Series winning manager Charlie Manuel in the house, and he was coaching teammates with pitching coach Rich Doobie in that 2008 campaign in Philadelphia. Cunningham deals it's upstairs. Count will go 2-1. Runner goes, throw down in time, but he doesn't get the tag down, and it's a stolen base right there for Joey Slattery.
Yeah, the first throw we've actually seen from Manley in this game had a good jump, just the throw was a little too high.
Third stolen base of the game here from Albany. They've been active on the base pass. That's how they got their first run of the game, with Daniels stealing second and third and then eventually getting a sac fly to bring it home. 3-1 is swung straight through. Count will go 3-2. 3-2, 2 outs here from Cantine Field. Slattery should be released on this pitch, as that one is hit into center field. Dieter hovering under it. He's got it for out number 3. So another scoreless top of the 5th. Cunningham throws a scoreless top of the 5th in his debut as a Stallion, and Saugerties is coming to bat in the bottom of the 5th. We'll be right back. You're watching the Stallions YouTube channel. Dan Shalom with you alongside Casey DeSell, bottom of the 5th. Stallions bats having nothing so far. Only 2 hits through 4 innings, and that was due to the pitching of Carson Katungo. What a great outing for him.
Yeah, absolutely amazing outing for him, giving up no runs to a Stallions team that's been on fire to start the season.
Katungo's final line, he goes out of this game. Casey, I'll tell you, it was a pretty good one. 4 innings pitched, 2 hits, no runs, 2 walks, 3 Ks. One of the 2 errors in this game does go on him, though, for that pickoff play on Hot, which got thrown behind first base.
Lucky enough for him, it didn't matter because he was able to get the next guys out.
New arm on the mound is Nick Pappas here for Albany. The UMass Dartmouth Rising senior, standing at 6'175". His stats this past season had an 8.31 ERA in 5 appearances, 8 2/3 innings pitched.
Yeah, Pappas has only had 1 appearance here this year in the PGCBL. He got a save in that one, pitching 2 innings, no strikeouts, 1 walk, no runs.
That was against Glens Falls on June 1st. Having trouble locating the strike zone here. It's a 2-0 count to Evan Dieter, the center fielder, who struck out looking in the bottom of the 3rd. Here's the 2-0. Dieter grounds it over to third. Thorsen gathers, throws over to first, and it's a quick out number 1 here in the bottom of the 5th.
Yeah, not really a good swing there for Evan Dieter. He's up 2-0, and he chased a high fastball. He really should be looking for his pitch 2-0, and he grounds out.
Albany showing why they were 3-0 coming into this game, playing a very good brand of baseball here against the Stallions in the bottom of the 5th. Once again, they won their first 3 games before getting obliterated by the Stallions 16-2 here on Wednesday night, but a completely different story 2 days later with both teams not playing a game on Thursday, having the off day, and now facing each other for the first time here at Cantine Field on a Friday night in the 2024 season. Pitches upstairs. Count will go to 2-1. Pappas deals. Outside 3-1.
Despite getting that out on Evan Dieter, he's been pretty wild so far. He's thrown 5 balls at 2 strikes.
1 out here in the bottom of the 5th. Stallions searching for their first run of the game. That one's in there for a strike. The off-speed got him locked up.
He's thrown that off-speed for a strike 2 times now. I think he's doing well. He's getting that over, but the fastball's been a little wild.
Full count. Here's the pitch. Grounded up the middle. Going to be a tough play there for Slattery. He's going to be safe at first, and the Stallions have a base runner here in the bottom of the 5th.
Yeah, he went back to the curveball right there, but he hung that one just enough for Rodriguez to poke up the middle.
Yeah, and the off-speed slowed down the ball, made it tough for Slattery to collect. The throw was high over to Carothers, and the speedy Rodriguez is over at first with Ben Williams up to the plate. Reached on an E5 in the bottom of the 3rd. Like we said, we mentioned that speed, and immediately a pickoff play there. That one's upstairs, 1-0. Williams this season batting 100 coming into this game. Against Albany on Wednesday night, went 0 for 3, had an RBI by way of a walk, and did come around to score.
Yeah, not up to the hottest start for Williams. It'd be awesome if he could get a big hit here and turn the Stallions' 0-1 deficit into a tie ball game.
Rodriguez gets his lead. He threatened going, but ended up not. 2-1 count here with 1 out in the bottom of the 5th. It's the first time all season that the Stallions haven't scored a run through 4 innings of hitting. Trying to change that right here. Rodriguez does go this time. Throw down, beats him by a mile, and he's going to be out at second. So Rich Rodriguez gets caught stealing the last thing you need right now if you're a Stallions fan. And now there's 2 outs in the inning with a 3-1 count to Williams.
Yeah, the pitch was a little high there. Carter was able to gather it, and he was already up, so he could make a nice throw.
Rodriguez just really didn't get a good jump off of first there, and it didn't help him whatsoever. That one's in there for a strike. The off-speed locks up Williams, and it's a 3-2 count here with 2 outs in the bottom of the 5th to Ben Williams, the left fielder.
And once again, Pappas throwing that curveball for a strike.
That one's outside. Williams works himself a walk with 2 outs, and it'll bring up Nate Manley, who's one of the only Stallions that has a hit so far in this game with 2 outs in the inning. Carter did not start behind the plate last game for Albany. It was Cam McCougan, and he was getting run on constantly, was not able to throw anybody out. But a different story here in this game. Polar opposites between Wednesday's matchup and Friday's matchup. Stallions and Albany. Both these teams literally playing complete opposites of how they played on Wednesday night, with a 1-0 Albany lead here in the bottom of the fifth. Pappas sets for his 2-0. Here's the pitch. That one is outside. Count will go 3-0. And now you think back, if Rodriguez stayed at first and didn't go, Stallions would have second and first with a 3-0 count and 1 out in the inning.
Yeah, they could be in business right now. Pappas is still having trouble finding location with that fastball. Let's see what happens on this pitch.
That one's outside. It's a 4-pitch walk, back-to-back walks now given up by Pappas, and the lineup will turn over. It'll be Fritz Genther coming to the plate. Genther 0 for 2 in this game, a fly out to center in the bottom of the first, and then a strikeout in the bottom of the third. And now, Casey, you really think back to Rodriguez getting hung up. Stallions would have bases loaded, 1 out in the inning in the bottom of the fifth. Instead, it's second and first with 2 outs, and Fritz Genther at the dish.
Yeah, instead of just needing a fly out to score a run, now I need a base hit to score a run. Whole different scenario.
Off speed's in there for a strike. We've seen Pappas use that, and the hitters here, they're not being able to adapt. They think it's coming in as a ball, and at the end of it, it's a strike.
Yeah, he's using it to set up. Every at-bat, I think he's used it at the first pitch.
A 1 count, 2 outs in this inning. And you talk about that setup. He went with the off-speed, then fires home the fastball, trying to get Genther off his timing.
Yeah, the fastball's been pretty wild, but he's able to put it on the inside half of the plate there to get Genther to ground it to the left side of third base.
So an 0-2 count now, 2 outs in the bottom of the fifth. Stallions have runners on first and second, trying to get their first run of the game. It's the second time they've had a runner in scoring position so far in this contest. Here's the pitch. Outside, 1-2. And we mentioned this Albany staff had a sub-3 ERA going into Wednesday before the Stallions blew it up. It was sitting at 2.74, and they're pitching like that type of staff here tonight.
Yeah, I'm not sure what happened Wednesday night. I mean, the Stallions obviously had a great offensive night, but tonight, not as good offensively. I'm not sure what changed for them.
There's a reason that Albany was 3-0 to start this season, proving so here tonight at Cantine. Here's the 2-2. Grounded to the left side, and it's a nice diving stop by Slattery. He won't let a run score, and Williams is in a pickle. He's going to be tagged out, and some bad base running leads to an easy escape to the bottom of the fifth for Albany. They get out of it, and there's no run scored. The Stallions would have had bases loaded.
Yeah, he must have thought the ball got through there, but Joey Slattery was able to make a great play and catch him sleeping at third base.
Not to be. 2 bad base running errors for the Stallions here in the bottom of the fifth. We go to the top of the sixth, Albany leading by 1. We'll be right back here on the Stallions YouTube channel. Dan Shalom here alongside Casey DeSalle in the Pack Hub broadcast booth. Top of the sixth, 2 base running errors there, Casey, in the bottom of the fifth, and the Stallions could have more than easily scored a run.
Yeah, you got not Alex Rodriguez. That's the MLB player. Rich Rodriguez tried to steal second, got thrown out by Carter, and then you had
Williams just rounded third too fast. He got tagged out there by Thorsen.
Yeah, Slattery realizing that he overran the base and just threw it to third while he was sleeping.
So the big storyline through these past 3 games for the Stallions, they had 13 left on base against Glens Falls, 5 left on base against Albany on Wednesday night, and so far in this game, they have now 7 runners left on base. That's a cumulative of 25 left on base through 3 games.
Usually it doesn't matter as much because the Stallions have 5 or 6 runs, but tonight it means a lot because we have 0 runs and 7 runners left on base.
Cunningham in his second inning of work had 2 strikeouts, and that one gets by hot. Runner on for Albany is Jan Avila. It's his first hit of the ball game, and Albany's set up here with the runner on, nobody out in the top of the 6th. Matt Cruz to the plate. Grounded into a double play last time out. That was in the top of the 3rd. Looking to change things here. He's a .500 hitter coming into this game. Went 1 for 1 against the Stallions on Wednesday night.
Yeah, hopefully we see a little bit of deja vu here from Matt Cruz. He's going to run on first, maybe he'll ground another double play.
Cunningham comes set. Pitches in there. It's 0-2. The Wagner product out of Royersford, Pennsylvania. A rising senior. His first game here with Saugerties on a Friday night at Cantine. Here's the pitch. Upstairs, 1-2. Here's Cunningham's 1-2. It's inside. Count will stay at 2-2.
Yeah, an off-speed pitch that just missed the inside corner there.
Avila, another speed threat over there at first. This one is poked right to Rodriguez. He steps on second, throws to May. It's not going to be in time, but the Stallions get the lead runner for the first out of the inning.
Yeah, almost able to turn another double play there. The ball just wasn't hit hard enough, and Cruz was able to hustle it out and stay safe at first base.
So the fielder's choice allows Cruz to reach. It'll bring up Jordan Daniels. He's the lone run that's come around to score in this game. Singled in the top of the 4th, stole second and third, and then was brought home on a sac fly. Daniels has been a prolific player for this Albany squad this season, batting .273 coming into this game, 4 RBIs, 2 walks, and now on the season has 3 stolen bases. Cunningham trying to limit another stolen base, checking back-to-back times at Matt Cruz, who's over on first. Here's the pitch, fouled back. Count will go 0-1. Daniels, a rising senior out of Ohio Dominican College. That one's outside 1-1. Originally from Blacklick, Ohio. Played his college ball this past season, like we said, at Ohio Dominican. He batted .309 in 136 at-bats, 26 RBIs, and 42 hits. Runner goes. Here's the throw down. Manley's got him over at second.
The first throwout we've seen from Manley this game and this season. It's his first game starting. That one looked a lot better. Pop time was much quicker, and his throw was way more accurate.
So the first runner caught stealing for Albany in this game. Avila was caught twice last game on Wednesday night. Cruz gets caught this time after 3 stolen bases on Manley to start this game. Helps out Cunningham a little bit. There's now 2 outs in this inning as he has a 3-1 count to deal with up against Daniels. Cunningham deals. Pitch misses. Daniels works himself a walk. It's the 3rd base runner in this inning for Albany And the top of the lineup is coming up now with 2 outs in this inning. All runners reaching safely. Avila was out at second on the fielder's choice. Cruz got rung up at second just recently by Manley, and now Daniels working himself a walk, and he is a speed threat. Had 2 stolen bases in the top of the 4th. The reason why Albany is leading in this game.
It's something you never want to do is walk the last batter in the lineup, because that sets up the top of the lineup with a guy already on base, and that can be very dangerous.
Kyle Brown in this game, 0 for 2, 2 ground outs in the infield. That one is fouled back, 1-1 count. Same type of adversity in this game that the Stallions faced on Sunday night against Amsterdam, really not being able to get anything going. 3 hits through 5 innings, extremely uncharacteristic for the Stallions offense. Here's the pitch by Cunningham. It's swung through, and it'll be a 1-2 count, 2 outs here in the top of the 6th.
Even on Sunday night, the Stallions were able to score before the 5th inning, so something new we've never seen here from the Stallions.
Here's the pitch by Cunningham. Strike 3. Cunningham's 3rd strikeout of the night gets the Stallions out of the inning. Stallions coming to bat here in the bottom of the 6th. You're watching the Saugerties YouTube channel. Dan Shalom with you alongside Casey DeSell here in the Pack Up broadcast booth. Bottom of the 6th, and Casey, the Stallions only have 3 hits through 5 innings so far.
Yeah, very uncharacteristic, but the Albany Club baseball team's pitchers have been very good so far.
Like you mentioned, Katungo pitching 4 innings, only giving up 2 hits, of course, no runs, and so far Pappas only has a singular hit on his line. 2 walks, though, so something to be wary of as we go on here in the bottom of the 6th.
Yeah, the Stallions need to be patient here in their at-bats because he was having trouble finding the strike zone with the fastball this inning. Not so much with the curveball, though, which is backwards.
That one's grounded over to second. Cruz collects, throws over to first, and a quick out number 1 here in the bottom of the 6th. Second straight ground out to second for Justin Ford, and it'll bring up the third baseman Byram Hott, who has one of the 3 hits in this game for the Stallions. Hott, another player in the Pack Up National Prospect team, and he's also in the Pack Up portal. The scouts, while they do come to see guys like Jack Wren, keeping a close eye on a guy like Byram Hott here tonight as well.
Yeah, Hott's a guy that really would help to get it started, the Stallions' offense. Really good speed and a really good batter.
Batting .333 coming into this game. Against Albany on Wednesday, went 1 for 1 with a sac fly and 2 RBIs. 2-0 count. Here's the pitch. Popped up to the right side. Calling off there. Daniels has it. And out number 2 comes quickly here in the bottom of the 6th. Stallions having little to no offensive momentum. But the hero in the game against Amsterdam, Ryan Resio, coming to bat. And he could change things in one swing. He had a home run against Glens Falls on Tuesday.
Yeah, I was just about to mention he had that home run on Tuesday night. And that was a shot, too. hopefully we can replicate some success there. It doesn't have to be a home run, but any hard hit ball would be a positive sign for the Stallions offense.
Once again, only 3 hits in this game for Saugerties. Bottom of the 6th, 2 outs. Ryan Rescio at the plate. Rescio was our player of the game on Sunday night after hitting the walk-off to beat the Mohawks for the first time since last year. Off speed is in there, 1-1.
There's that curveball again. He's doing a good job throwing that curveball for a strike.
Rescio, another product that comes from Weber along with head coach Colin Martin, has found success this season. He's batting .455 coming into this game, but having some trouble here in a 1-2 count, 2 outs here in the bottom of the 6th. Rescio pokes that one right to Thorson at third, and the Stallions go down in order. Albany coming to bat in the top half of the 7th. You're watching Saugerties Baseball here on the Stallions YouTube channel. Wofford by Dan Shalom with you alongside Casey DeSell in the Pack Hub broadcast booth. A beautiful night here in Saugerties, but the Stallions struggling as the sun sets here on Cantine Field. 3 hits through 6 innings for your Stallions. It's been a rough start, to say the least.
Yeah, a beautiful sky, but not a beautiful Stallions offense.
So, new pitcher on the mound for the Stallions is Jackson Cohen. He takes over after Michael Cunningham gets pulled from the game. Cunningham going 2 innings, 2 hits, no runs, a walk, and 3 strikeouts. So a great outing in his first ever appearance for the Stallions. Cohen also his first ever appearance, standing at 6'4", 210 out of Wofford.
Yeah, playing at Wofford, he did play at Georgetown in 2022, though.
He did also play in the Cal Ripken Collegiate Baseball League in summers of 22 and 23 with the Metro SoCo Braves. Trying to get something going for, didn't get much playing time at Wofford. Wofford, of course, in Spartanburg, South Carolina. So Cohen's first appearance here tonight in a crucial game where the Stallions pitching staff needs to keep the Albany lead at 1.
And you mentioned not a lot of playing time there at Wofford, and that's why people come to play for the Stallions in the summer. So scouts can get looks at players that don't play very often during the regular season.
We'll give you his high school stats. He went 4-1 over 25 innings with 52 strikeouts and a 1.62 ERA before going to Wofford. So you know that this guy has potential, as this first pitch that he deals is popped up to the right side. May try to get under it. This one will drop out of play.
Is it 52 strikeouts in over 25 innings? Is that what that says?
Yes.
That's a really good stat. It's hard to do.
And his junior year had 46 strikeouts in 42 and 2/3 innings. He also played at Georgetown in 2022 before transferring to Wofford and has been there ever since. He's a rising junior as of right now. So 2 new pitchers for the Stallions that haven't pitched so far in this game. Cunningham holding his end of the bargain, only giving up 2 hits and no earned runs, also punching out 3. And Cohen trying to do the same thing here in the top of the 7th. That one gets by Manley, and the count will go to 2-1.
Yeah, although the offense is not what we're used to seeing, the pitching has been the same pretty much, only 1 run given up so far.
That Stallions ERA hovering at a 1.76. That's best in the entire PGCBL. And the stats are proving themselves to be right here tonight with only 1 run given up through 6 innings of ball. Here's the pitch. That one is down low. It'll be ball 3. Count will go full. And I want to give you a little story here, Casey. The Louisville head coach. Now, we talk about this team. They are the national transfer portal team, through PAC-Hub. The Louisville head coach yesterday, as the game got canceled, flew into the Philadelphia airport, drove up here, talked to a bunch of players on the squad, and then he flew home. That ball is lined right back to Cohen. He'll toss over to May, and there's 1 out of the inning. The point I'm getting to here is that there's so many guys here on this roster that scouts from all over the country. Miami, Wake Forest, now Coastal Carolina, Rutgers, Houston, Binghamton, Northeastern. Louisville head coach being here yesterday. Guys want to come see this Stallions team play.
Yeah, and rightfully so, because the Stallions offense has been very fun to watch early in this season. Lots of home runs, lots of RBIs, and as well as the pitching too.
That one gets by May. Brooks Carter pokes a ball into right field for his first hit of the day. And Albany has a runner on here with 1 out in the top of the 7th. So many players on this PAC-Hub National Transfer Portal team, and still guys getting added as the days go on, with Jackson Cohen being one of them. And check the Twitter of PAC-Hub if you want to come play on this team. You can register and sign up and see if you can make it here. But this team showing that their transfer portal products have given them such a hot start, and this team being so comprehensive from the top down, leading the PGCBL in runs scored and also in ERA. So the Stallions team just playing so well through 5 games, but needing some of those stats here tonight, trailing 1-0 to Albany in the top of the 7th. That pitch there is a strike. One count. Swung straight through. Count will go 1-2. Runner over at first is Carter. 1 out in this inning. 1-2 count. Top of the 7th. Carter gets his lead off of first. Cohen deals. That one just misses. Count will go 2-2.
That's a very good 1-2 pitch. You don't want to leave something in the zone that Bernard can handle, and you're wanting him to chase. Good take there from Bernard, but good pitch there from Cohen.
No, it's actually not Bernard at the plate. It's Donovan Roden, the pinch hitter in this game for Albany. Ball's outside 3-2. Played against Saugerties on Wednesday night, had 2 at-bats, went 0 for 2. Overall this season, he's batting .286, so he'll take over in the designated hitter 4 role going on here for Albany. Full count, 1 out here in the top of the 7th. Cohen deals. That one misses, and it's a base on balls to Roden, and there's runners at first and second now. Still 1 out in this inning. Matt Thorsen coming to the dish. He's 0 for 2 last night, struck out in the top of the 5th. But a great opportunity here for Albany to get something going. Just 1 out in the inning. As Cohen deals, here's the pitch. That one is hit foul to the left side.
Yeah, 2 runners on base here for Cohen. Really looking to get a strikeout or a ground out in this scenario. You don't want a fly ball for those runners to tag up.
Cohen deals. That one is low. Has given up back-to-back base runners in his first ever appearance here for the Stallions in the top of the 7th. Carter leads off of second. Roden over at first. Thorsen at the plate. Here's the pitch, the 1-1. It's hit over to May. He's going to take it over to first. doesn't get there in time. A miscommunication between Cohen and May, and now Albany has bases loaded with 1 out in the inning.
Yeah, it looked like Cohen was going to get there on time, so May really should have flipped that ball. It would have gotten 1 out there.
The error there will go on Cohen for the miscommunication. First error of the game for the Stallions. That's their 5th overall this season. And Joey Slattery, who had a single his last at-bat, comes to the plate with bases loaded. Cohen deals. That one is popped up. Manley's got it for out number 2, and just what the doctor ordered here for the Stallions with bases loaded.
Yeah, exactly. If there was a fly ball to the outfield there, an easy tag up for the runner to score. A pop-up keeps them at bay where they are.
Cohen putting himself in some trouble here in his first ever appearance for the Stallions. Still bases loaded, and it brings up Ryan Carothers, the first baseman, who's 0 for 2 in this game. Cohen trying to work himself out of the jam. 2 outs here in the top of the 7th. Bases loaded, and he deals a first pitch strike. Here's the pitch. That one is fouled back, and Cohen gets himself into a favorable 0-2 count.
Yeah, 1 strike away here, getting out of a serious jam.
Carothers batting a .333 coming into this game. Went 0 for 1 as a pinch hitter against the Stallions on Wednesday night. Cohen shakes off Manley's sign, now finally decides on a pitch. Here it is. That one was foul. If Manley kept it in his glove, it would have been strike 3, but the count will stay at 0-2. Carter over at third, Roden at second, and Thorsen at first after the E1 by Cohen. Here's the pitch. That one is in there for strike 3. Cohen works himself out of the jam in his first appearance as a Stallion, and the Stallions are coming to bat. We'll keep it right here for the middle 7th inning before the Stallions come to bat. Dan Shallum with you alongside Casey DeSell here from the Pack Hub broadcast booth. Bottom of the 7th, and Stallions still searching for their first run of the game. It's the longest stretch they've gone this season without a run. But a great time to get something going with Matt McIntyre at the plate. Had a home run against Albany on Wednesday night, and could be a perfect time for another bomb to tie this game up. The Albany lead only sitting at 1. But pitcher Nick Pappas has done a great job of shutting down the Stallions from the top down in the 2 innings of work he's had so far.
Yeah, Pappas coming in after Contungo's shutout 4 innings. Pappas is really good on the mound so far, able to get a lot of weak contact and I think a couple strikeouts.
No, he doesn't have a strikeout so far.
Huh.
3-0 count. McIntyre working himself into a nice hitter's count, trying to get something going for the Stallions offense. There's a 4-pitch walk, and there's a runner on with nobody out here in the bottom of the 7th. Jarrett May to the dish. He's 0 for 2 today. Went yard in his first at-bat against Albany on Wednesday night. Another great time for a guy like him to get it going here for the Stallions. It's their first base runner since the 5th inning, and that was when they left 3 runners on base due to some faulty base running. That one's in there for a strike after 4 straight balls by Pappas. May with just 2 hits so far this season, sporting a .200 average coming into this game. 0-1 count here in the bottom of the 7th. A nice crowd here at Cantine Field on a Friday night in Saugerties. Stallions searching for their 6th straight win and to stay undefeated in the PGCBL this season. Running into some trouble, though, against a team that they beat 16-2 on Wednesday night in the form of the Albany Baseball Club. Here's the pitch. May pokes this one to left field. It's going to get down for a base hit. May delivers, and the Stallions have runners on first and second with nobody out here in the bottom of the 7th. And now a mound visit for Albany. And also a pinch runner. May is going to come out for Marcano. Albany is going to make a Dallas Hot Wieners call to the bullpen right here in the bottom of the 7th. We'll step aside for just a minute. You're watching Stallions Baseball here on the Stallions YouTube channel. Mute. Dan Shallum back here with Casey DeSell in the Pack Up broadcast booth. Big shout out to AJ DeBenedetto, our producer. tonight will be on the call tomorrow night up in Utica. But a new pitcher for Albany, and Casey, this guy's a mystery man.
Yeah, we can't find him on any of the websites or OneDrives or anything.
Not on the Point Streak roster, not on our own notes. We'll try and get the name to you as soon as we can, but for now, a mystery man in the bottom of the 7th with the Stallions having runners on first and second with nobody out. A great opportunity to get a run across.
Yeah, as you mentioned right before the break, Anthony Marcano came in to pinch run. A little bit surprised not seeing him in the lineup to start this game after he went 3 for 4 with a home run on Wednesday night.
Yeah, definitely surprising. He was our player of the game on Wednesday night against Albany. He'll get slotted in. Despite being a big guy over there, 6'4" at first base, he's got a lot of speed.
Yeah, he does. Those long legs cover a lot of distance really fast.
So Pappas' final line, he leaves the game 2 innings pitched, 2 hits, no runs given up yet. Now, if either of these runs score, he is responsible for them, so his final line could change, and also leaves the game with 3 walks, no strikeouts.
Yeah, very solid outing for Pappas in this one.
So at the plate now is number 10, Evan Dieter, the center fielder. Dieter 0 for 2 tonight, goes for the bunt, and he gets it down. Moves the runner across, so the sac bunt works to perfection, and now a sac fly will do the job to get the first run of the game here for the Stallions with 1 out in the bottom of the 7th.
Yeah, really good call there. A beautifully placed bunt, perfectly done by Evan Dieter, as you said, and that sets up the Stallions with runners on second and third for Rich Rodriguez.
Rich Rodriguez to the plate. He had a single in the bottom of the 5th, but then got caught stealing.
He could have ended up coming around to score that inning, as we mentioned. But the bases could have been loaded by in that inning, but there were 2 base running errors by the Stallions.
Albany brings the infield in here with 1 out in the bottom of the 7th. That one's grounded over to third base. Thorson throws to first, and now there's 2 out.
Just the thing you didn't want to happen for the Stallions. A weak ground out to the left side.
To the right side, that runner's going home, but to the left side, you got to stay over there, and no chance for McIntyre to dash home. Ben Williams to the plate, walked in his last at-bat, reached on an error to shortstop, but he was the one that was responsible, Casey, for rounding third a little bit too much and got tagged out in the bottom of the 6th. That was a prime opportunity for the Stallions there, and they just couldn't get it done. 3 runners left on base in that one.
Yeah, those 2 base running errors in that inning, you could say are the reason we are down 1-0 right now and not tied in this ballgame.
A perfect chance to make up for it, though, right here, right now. That pitch is lined to center field. That ball gets down. Marcano is sent around. Here's the throw home. It's not in time, and the Stallions have taken a 2-1 lead here in the bottom of the 7th.
Talk about making up for it. Drives a low pitch to the right center gap. It gets down, and we have the lead now, 2-1. Let's go, Stallions.
So Williams loops it to left center field, is able to drive home 2, and the Stallions break the scoring drought here in the bottom of the 7th. They now lead it by 1.
Yeah, and that's something you'll love to see out of Ben Williams. Like, it's kind of been struggling this year at the plate, and that's a big at-bat and hit for him.
Like you mentioned, was batting 100 coming into this game, was 0 for 0, but now gives the Stallions a 2-0 lead. Those 2 runs go on Pappas' line, so he now finishes with 2 earned in this game. Manley so far, a single and a walk in this game. A prime start to his season, currently batting 1,000, but I just jinxed him as this ball is popped up to the left side. Hovering under it is Thorson. He's got it for out number 3. Stallions, though, take the lead here in the bottom of the 7th. They'll search for the final 6 outs when we come back. You're watching Stallions Baseball here on the Saugerties YouTube channel. Dan Shalom with you alongside Casey DeSell in the Pack Hub broadcast booth. Stallions searching for the final 6 outs in this game, Casey, after taking the lead there in that bottom of the 7th.
Yeah, perfectly set up by an Evan Dieter bunt. Ben Williams was able to serve a pitch right into the right center gap, a little blooper, and it was able to score 2 runs, and Stallions now have the lead.
So new arm on the mound for the Stallions is Liam Powell. He's pitched in 1 game this year. That was against Amsterdam on Sunday night. Pitched 2 clean innings, only giving up 1 hit, a walk, and 3 strikeouts. Fastball coming in at 88 to 89, topping at 91. The curveball 75 to 76. Slider 80 to 82. Change 74 to 75, and a knuckleball that's coming in at around 76 miles per hour. So this guy's got a big pitch mix.
Yeah, a good arsenal there, especially if you have a good knuckleball. Plan to use that pitch a lot because that thing can dance all over them.
Powell came in for the final 6 outs against Amsterdam when Saugerties was trailing, was able to keep it clean. He didn't give up a run in that 8th or the 9th and looking to replicate that tonight.
Yeah, he came up big in that game as the Stallions were able to come back and win that one, and it helps that he gave up 0 runs that game.
So Jackson Cohen just comes in for a singular inning of work. In that time, only giving up 1 run despite the bases being loaded, including a walk. There was an error that actually fell on him, and he leaves the game with 1 strikeout. First pitch there to Avila is a ball. Stallions leading by 1 here in the top of the 8th at Cantine Field, looking for their 2nd straight win against Albany this season. Powell, unable to locate so far, has got himself into a 3-0 count against the first batter he's faced. That one there's a strike. Here's the pitch. Popped up on the infield. Marcano's called off, and there to take it is Genther. First out of the inning is a quick one. And coming to the bat now is number 4, Matt Cruz.
Powell doing a good job there of battling back after falling to 3-0 early in the at-bat, making a 3-0 fastball to a strike, and then getting him to jam in on him and pop it up to the right side.
Now Cruz in this game reached on a fielder's choice, but then was caught stealing out by second by Nate Manley.
I think that pitch right there might have been his top 91-mile-per-hour fastball. That one came in pretty fast.
Powell deals once again. That one there is a ball down low. Count is 1-1. Here's Powell's 1-1. That one just misses. Now Powell stands at 6'3", 165. He's the rising sophomore, as that one's fouled off. Out of Sullivan Community College, native to Orange County, New York. Here's the pitch. That one is fouled back. Count will stay at 2-2. And Powell only gave up this singular hit, finished with 3 strikeouts against Amsterdam. As that one is in there once again. And it's the first strikeout of the night for Liam Powell.
Yeah, just a really good pitch there. A low fastball inside there to Cruz. Catch him looking.
6th strikeout for the Stallions tonight as a staff, and with 2 outs in the inning, it'll be Jordan Daniels to the plate. He's the only run that's come across for Albany in this game. Here's the pitch from Powell, fouled back. Daniels in this game, a single, 2 stolen bases, and a walk in the top of the 6th. Here's Powell's 0-1. Grounded to Marcano. He fields the first ball he gets hit in this game. Steps on first for out number 3. And Albany's down to 3 outs in this game. Stallions coming to bat in the bottom of the 8th looking to extend the lead. You're watching Saugerties Baseball here on the Stallions YouTube channel. We'll be right back. Dan Shalom with you alongside Casey DeSell in the Pack Hub broadcast booth. Bottom of the 8th, in case if we look back at the bottom of the 7th, was when the Stallions took the lead. It's the longest they've gone without leading in a game this season, longest they've gone without a run, but no worry, they have a one-run lead here in the bottom of the 8th.
Yeah, maybe the longest we see them go without a run, but that 7th inning was beautiful. Matt McIntyre and Jarrett May got on base, and M. Dieter with a beautiful bunt, and Ben Williams drove him home just 2 batters later.
Now, if you look up and down this roster, Casey, there's been an offensive off night. It's the best way to describe it. Only 5 hits for a Stallions team that's been nearly putting up like 10 plus on average a night.
Yeah, I'm not sure I think it is just the pitching. Albany had really good pitching coming into the first game of the Stallions, but we put up 16 runs that night. But here we are seeing the stellar pitching from Albany, only allowing 2 runs this game.
Now, there is a new pitcher on the mound for Albany, but it's another mystery man once again.
They like throwing these mystery guys at us. Keep us on our toes.
Number 18 for Albany leaves the game with 1 inning pitched. He doesn't give up the 2 earned runs. He doesn't get affected as those were on Pappas's line when he got taken out of the game. So he leaves the game with a hit and 1 walk. Fritz Genther, the top of the lineup here for the Stallions in the bottom of the 8th. That pitch is fouled off to the right side. 1-1 count. Sun has set here at Cantine Field in the bottom of the 8th. Stallions hoping to close out this game and get their 6th win of the season. That one's popped up to the right side. It'll go out of play. Best start to a season ever for these Stallions. Best start at home, best start on the road, and they'll look to continue that tomorrow out in Utica. We'll have that one for you right here on YouTube around 6:30 p.m. Myself and AJ DiBenedetto will be on the call. Not going to want to miss that one. Utica, one of the hottest teams in the league right now. They're sitting at 4th, 3-1, just a game and a half back of the Stallions, and are on a 3-game winning streak. So definitely a team that Saugerties has to be wary of as time goes on. But it'll be a fun, competitive matchup. Then the Stallions will return home on Sunday night to face Amsterdam for the 2nd straight week on a Sunday night. And then the Stallions go back to Utica to face the Blue Sox for the 2nd time in 3 days on Tuesday. So lots of traveling up and down the state, but hopefully will be all W's for them as time goes on.
Yeah, it should be a lot of great baseball between those 3 games. 3 of the best teams in the league, probably.
Amsterdam sitting at 4-1 right now. They're just a game back of the Stallions. That 1 loss, of course, coming to Saugerties here on Sunday night. And the Stallions will look to stay undefeated against the Mohawks once again on the 7th day of the week. Start time of 7:05 p.m. Bound to be a battle from Cantine Field, just like this one is. Here's the 2-2. That one hit over in right field. Daniels won't get there, and Fritz Genther has a leadoff single. It's his second straight single in this game. And the Stallions have a runner on with nobody out here in the bottom of the 8th. Justin Ford at the dish. He's 0 for 3 tonight. Came into this game batting .400. Went 1 for 3 against Albany on Wednesday night, but hasn't really been able to put bat to ball that much here in this game. Pickoff play. Genther's back there, no problem. And this Albany ERA bound to go down after this game, only giving up 2 runs after giving up 16 against the Stallions on Wednesday night. Like we mentioned, polar opposites. But they still have a chance to come back in this one. Still got 3 outs left in the top of the 9th. Popped up on the infield. Cruz hovers under it. Grabs it for out number 1.
As you mentioned, the ERA coming down. It's kind of funny how the Stallions spiked the ERA and are now going to drop the ERA just 2 days later.
But if Powell can come on in the top of the 9th for the Stallions and close out this game, that Saugerties ERA bound to go down once again. Currently sitting at 1.76. They've only given up 1 earned in this game, so that number will definitely decrease once again. Genther making movement over there at first. He's back easily. Byram Hott at the plate, another guy on the Pac Hub National Transfer Portal team. Hott flew out to right field in his last at-bat. 1 for 3 overall tonight, and some of the scouts from Rutgers, Coastal Carolina, Houston, Binghamton, Northeastern still here to see this guy play despite Jack Wren being out of the game. As Hott hits that one to deep right field, Felipe's got it for out number 2.
Yeah, Felipe's been pretty busy out there in center field today. I think a lot of balls have hit his way.
You're right, Casey. That is, I believe, now the 5th ball in this game hit out to center field. So busy night for Felipe. That was good contact there from Hott. Just couldn't get it in the right direction. A little bit high. Ryan Resio up to bat. He's walked in this game and since then has gone 0 for 2. Was the hero against Amsterdam on Sunday night. And he also homered against Glens Falls. Hits this one over to second base. No problem for Cruz. He'll throw it over to first. A clean bottom of the 8th for Albany. They're coming up, trying to tie this game up in the top of the 9th. We'll be right back. You're watching Saugerties Baseball here on the Stallions YouTube channel. Dan Challen with you alongside Casey DeSell, top of the 9th, and Liam Powell on for the first save opportunity of the season for the Stallions.
Let's hope he can replicate his success from Sunday night where he kept the Mohawks from scoring a run at the top of the 9th inning.
Ryan Feremi is the pinch hitter. He went 0 for 3, 0 for 1 yesterday and walked twice. So looking to spark plug the Albany offense right here. Powell pitched the 8th and 9th against Amsterdam, kept it clean, only 2 hits on Sunday night. As there's a leadoff hit into the gap. Williams is able to cut it off and limit it to a single, but Farimi gets it started for Albany in the top of the 9th. They've got a runner on with nobody out. So a runner on here in the top of the 9th for Albany. They just need 1 run to tie. Lead go-ahead run is at the plate. Luke Filippi being that go-ahead run. He's 0 for 2 in this game with a sac fly. Tried to get the bunt to move Farimi over. Wasn't meant to be. Here's the 1-0. There's the bunt. Farimi will get over to second. Powell fields throws to first for out number 1.
If Filippi has a lot of speed, that was a very close play at first base.
So the sac bunt by Filippi gives Brooks Carter a prime opportunity to tie this game for Albany. Runner in scoring position at second is Farimi, and it's the first save opportunity of the season for the Stallions, and Manley's going to want to treat this one with some care. He's going to go talk to Powell.
It's going to be a righty-lefty matchup for Powell, not in his favor.
Carter had a single in his last at-bat, trying to replicate that right now. Albany haven't scored a run since the top of the 4th when Jordan Daniels stole 2 bases and then got brought home on a sac fly. Trying to manufacture a run and tie this game up. The Stallions looking for 2 more outs to close out this game. Powell still hasn't given up a run this season through 2 innings of work. Pitch right there. That one's outside. It's a ball, 1-0.
I don't know if I agree with the umpire on that one. That looked like it caught a lot of the plate. It didn't look too high to me.
Brooks Carter batting .417 this season. He has 6 RBIs. That leads the Albany team. So he's used to this scenario. Powell having trouble finding his location. It's a 2-0 count with the runner at second.
Manley's done a good job of keeping the balls in front of him. And we've seen the Stallions catchers struggle with that so far this season.
Farimi leads off of second. Carter at the plate. Here's the 2-0. Fouled back. Count will go to 2-1. Powell doing a nice job battling here. Looking to close out this game for the Stallions and get them their first save of the season. Here's the 2-1. Fouled back, and it's a 2-2 count. Powell's 2-2. 1 out here in the top of the 9th. Carter steps out. Powell comes set. Here's the 2-2. Fouled right back.
Yeah, it's been a tough at-bat for Powell so far. Started this at-bat down 2-0. He's battled the 2-2, but he's not going to go away so easily.
Here's Powell's 2-2. That one just misses on the outside, and the count will go full.
Yeah, I think it's another one that should have gone Powell's way right there.
Carter, the Abilene Christian product, the rising freshman, battling here in the top of the 9th. Hasn't played a second of collegiate ball. This is his first taste. Coming all the way from Shallow Water, Texas. The 3-2, fouled off to the left side. We'll do it one more time. Here's the payoff pitch. That one misses. It's a walk there to Carter, and Powell's got himself in some trouble with runners at first and second and one out here in the top of the ninth.
I think there's 3 pitches there that could have been called strikes in that at bat. I'm not sure if I'm just not seeing it right or the umpires, I don't know.
Donovan Roden up to bat. He's a pinch hitter in this game, came in the top of the 7th and worked himself a walk. Albany threatening here. First and second with one out in the top of the 9th. Stallions holding a 1-run lead. That one's fouled off. The go-ahead run at first, the tying run at second. A ball into the outfield could very well tie this game up. Here's the 0-1. It's a ball inside, 1-1. Roden battling right here. He goes to Herkimer College, the rising junior out of Ballston Spa, New York. That one is poked into right field. Charging on it is Ford. He's got it for out number 2. Runner threatened to tag, but will scurry back to second. Powell gets a much-needed second out of this inning, and Albany's down to their last out of the game.
Yeah, Powell does a good job there of getting weak contact and retiring Roden without the runners advancing.
Matt Thorsen to the dish now. He reached on an error in this game by Jackson Cohen in that 7th inning. Otherwise, 0 for 2 in this game. Powell looking for the last out of this game to give the Stallions their 6th straight win, their best start to a season ever. The 0-1 is a strike. I got ahead of myself. Felt like
the 0-1.
Well, it is 0-1 now, so
0-1.
Technically I'm not wrong.
Powell did a good job of settling down after that walk he gave up to Carter, though, getting Roden to fly out, and now strike 1 on Thorsen.
Powell deals the 0-1. That one is low. Going to third there is Felipe. He's tagged, but he's going to be safe. He gets under it. And Farimi gets to third, and now this situation has got a lot more tense.
Yeah, the throw was on time. They're just a little too high for Hot to make the tag.
Manley collected just his accuracy a tiny bit off. So now any ball into the outfield will tie this game and potentially take the lead for Albany. 1-1 count, 2 outs here in the top of the 9th. Powell just needs to deal 2 strikes, and Saugerties has their 6th win of the season. Here's the pitch. That one is rocked to deep left field. Going back on it is Williams. He's got it. The Stallions win their 6th straight game. Powell closes it out despite a high-anxiety situation, and Saugerties are still undefeated this season.
Yeah. Stallions giving me a heart attack right there. I thought that ball was gone off the bat, but thankfully Williams was able to gather himself and get that ball deep in left field.
So the best start to a season ever. The Stallions stay undefeated at home. They're now 4-0, 6-0 overall. A dream start.
And the pitching stays very solid. Only one run given up, and that area is going to drop again.
So Liam Powell gets credited for the first save of the season. The Stallions win. They'll be back here at home on Sunday night to face the rival Amsterdam Mohawks, but travel to Utica tomorrow for their 3rd road game of the season, searching to stay undefeated in the first matchup against the Blue Sox.
Yeah, 2 very big games coming up for the Stallions, going to test their might back-to-back days.
Definitely it will be a good one. Was a thriller here tonight. The Stallions come out as winners. 2-1 your final score. We'll see you tomorrow night in Utica. For Casey DeSalle, I'm Dan Shalom saying good night, and we'll see you in Utica tomorrow.